What's up guys, back at it again. Got the hood back from the body shop and got this dent that was right here. They welded on some tabs, pulled it out, finished it off with a little bit of filler and made the front all nice on it. So yeah, really what you're looking at pretty much is what's left for wrap, other than the headlight buckets and the bumpers, which I'm going to do fiberglass bumpers. I'll show you guys at a later date. So yeah, tonight we're just going to try to bang that out. We're going to try to get this fender done and then get the windshield panel and inspection doors and all that reinstalled again, and then I may try to do the hood too. Little pro tip, luckily this hood comes up like this, so I'm gonna lay the vinyl initially with it up in the air like that, because I'm less likely to have contaminants fall on the surface of the hood, and try to keep the install as clean as possible. So yeah, I'm gonna set the camera up, roll the time lapse, and kind of more or less a lot of what we've already seen, but we'll just keep it rocking along because we're getting real close to having a majority of the car wrapped up, and it'll just be reassembly time. So stay tuned. Alright, well it's time to do the headlight buckets. Got all this done up top here and put back together. I'm going to save the hood probably for another night, but I want to take a look at these, and I'm sure anybody that's had a Z car S30 knows that usually these studs don't last when you're taking them off. They're rusted, so I actually got lucky. One is good there. This one is not. And this one also is not. So got to come up with a solution, which on this particular, this is a metal one. Sometimes they're fiberglass like that one, and this metal one is pretty easy. We'll just put some bolts in, we'll just drill these out, put some bolts in from behind, no big deal. But with this one, these were like built in to it, so luckily it looks like it's pretty thick, lots of material there. So I think I'm just going to drill these out as well, but bigger, and then I'm just going to epoxy bolts into those holes, and I think that's going to be the best bet. So anyways, and then once that's done, then we can wrap them. I'm going to do an inlay, so this piece all is one, and then I'll do the outer piece, so over all as a secondary piece. Obviously this is way too much of a drop to do with one piece, so yeah, I think I'm pretty positive, I won't know till I lay the vinyl, I'm pretty positive I can do all, like from here all the way in one piece, but I guess we'll find out. So nonetheless, yeah, let's get to drilling. Well, I don't have any shorter bolts, so I probably put them on there. But what we're going to do is we're going to use 3M 8407. This is called an acrylic metal bond adhesive. I don't know if it's the exact right thing to use, probably not, but I have it, and I know I've used it to hold fasteners into fiberglass before. It's really just like a two-part epoxy, so it's pretty standard fare stuff. So yeah, let's just, I'm going to set the camera up here, and we're just going to get this, let's just see here. So yeah, this gun, you just, it's pretty easy to assemble. I do believe it goes in this way, so you just hold this tab in, put it all the way through, and then you take your cartridge. It's got a big end and a little end, and obviously there's a big end and a little end, so it just slides in like this, locks down with that, and then you just pump your trigger until this engages with your cartridge. And then you'll need one of these as well, which is the mixing nozzle. So you just take this off, and there's a big and little on that as well. And big and little, you just match everything up. It's pretty simple. You twist this on just like that, and then you just start pumping, and maybe you can see it starting to flow. It's it's maybe hard to see, but it is coming. There we go, it's just starting to come out the tip. There we go. So, kind of looks like that. It's a little bit gray. Find something to wipe this on now, just give me a second. Yeah, so for these, I'm just gonna pump these holes full. I'm gonna put a little bit in before I put the bolts in. Sorry, the camera's probably shaking, it's on the same table. So yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit in here. Just so the bottom, because these holes aren't perfectly even. So you can kind of see a little bit in there. Do the same thing on this one. Same thing on this one. And then set that to the side, and then I'm gonna put these in. And I want to make sure enough sticking out. We don't need a ton sticking out. There's quite a bit of room on the back side. Epoxy that in there. Okay. Pretty even. This one's maybe a little longer, but no big deal. And then we're just gonna fill the rest of this up till it's coming out the top. And I can sand off the little extra to make sure this is flat so it seats nice after it dries. There we go. And the other thing is just make sure they're center. So you want to have that in the middle, that in the middle. There we go, guys. And like I said, I'll cut the rest off, sand it off when it's dry. There's a slight crack in this thing too. It's been repaired before. If you guys can see it right there. I'm gonna lay I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, but I got this out and I'm just gonna lay a little bead there. This is not really the proper thing to be using for doing that, but at least might add a little bit of structure to it. So additionally, since I know these are an absolute nightmare to try to hold when this is on the back side, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna bond the back of these as well. So I'm just gonna put on a nut. Well, that's wrong size. This should be the right one. So I'm just gonna put on a nut to hold this tight, just snug. And honestly, if you were doing this properly, you'd have the little studs and you could put them in right, they would drive into this, but this is a do-it-yourself way here. So now you can see those are held in. See if this camera can pick up the focus there. Those are held in like that, and we're just gonna lay a little bit of epoxy on the back of these as well. Just encompass that whole thing. Shouldn't go anywhere. Same thing on this one. All right, and this one I'm gonna hold on to this in the air for a little while off camera and just rotate it a few times until I don't want this drooping down in any one direction. But because I got one on both sides, I can't exactly just set it one way. Once it starts, it should actually start to tack up pretty fast. I think I only got a 15-minute working time with this, so you can kind of get an idea what it looks like there. Yeah, so I guess I won't be wrapping these tonight. I kind of forgot I had to do this repair. So it's gonna, I think it's 15 minutes working time, but it's 24-hour cure time. So The other thing with this, I guess, to move the camera here, to point out is when you're done, you just take the lever and pull this back, the plunger, and then lift up on this, and then take your cartridge off. Takes a little, make sure the lever's all the way back. There we go. Take your cartridge off, and then the tip, you just throw the tip out. So, and then you put this back on, and this is good to go. And I always write on them to know which one I got to use up first based on what's left. So there's still some left in that one. So, yeah, can't recommend enough having stuff like this around for doing little repairs like this, especially if you're going to be working on cars with fiberglass. So, yeah, that's it for that. Punch through on that, which sucks, but pro, because I wasn't super happy. I ended up getting some dirt under this vinyl here that I wasn't really stoked about, and I was kind of debating about redoing it, but I thought I better come to the other side first and see how it goes, because if it looked shitty, I would redo it. And then I punched through, so got to redo it now. Luckily, this hood isn't 60 inches long, so it's actually a relatively small piece of vinyl. It's only about 40 inches of vinyl, so I have a decent amount left. As you can see there, if my camera will focus. Oh, I'm on manual focus, that's probably not a good thing. Anyways, you guys get the point. I won't drag this out. I punched through, set it up again, set up the time lapse again, and see if we succeed this time. Hood's done. Unfortunately, it took me 3 tries. I kept punching through the vinyl. It's a little cold in here tonight, so those doors aren't helping. I really need to get some new garage doors, keep it a little bit warmer in here. But anyways, it's done. I ended up having to redo one of these. This one here, I had it just off alignment a little bit. See if this thing, I don't know why it's not focusing. There we go. It was off alignment a little bit and it wouldn't quite fit in the car. It was just kind of too crooked, so I just popped it out, dropped a new one in, re-epoxied, so let that dry up, and then tomorrow I can wrap both of those, and then we can slap them back on, and good to go. What's up, guys? We're back at it on the 240Z again tonight, and we're getting close. It's looking real sweet there. All we got left to do is the headlight buckets, and then we just got to put it all back together. I got a door handle to go back in, I got a lower air dam to go on, bumpers, door panels. Give it a good clean, and we'll see where we're at. For tonight, probably just going to get the buckets done. You're probably going to see this all in one video, so it ain't going to matter to you anyways. Alright, we finally wrapped up those headlight buckets, and it's starting to look pretty good. There it is. They were actually substantially harder than I thought they were going to be. Probably the only part on the car that I'm like really unhappy with the wrap, but just gotta do what you gotta do. So there she be. So yeah, I mean, let me flip this around here and say next video is going to start to be assembly. We still got the door handle and such on this side, the lower air dam, everything like I was mentioning before. So that's pretty much it for the wrap, guys. That's how we'll close this video out. there you have it. No pro, quite amateur, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And yeah, I can't wait to see it on the ground. So that's it for this video, guys. Peace out.